Chapter 1, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, Chapter Summary. Before William discovered science, he says, he was terrified of magic. His earliest memory of a time when his father, Trywell, saved him from magic. When William was 6, he ate some bubble gum given to him by other boys playing in the street. The next day, a man comes to William's house and tells Trywell that someone has stolen a bag of bubble gum. William is scared that this man will send a Singanga, witch doctor, after him for eating the bubblegum. William goes to the forest and tries to force himself to vomit up the bubblegum so that a witch doctor won't be able to blame him for the theft. When William can't throw up, he runs back to his father and confesses his crime. Trywell goes back to the trader who originally owned the gum, explains that William didn't know it was stolen, and pays a full week's wages for the bag. That night, William feels as though he had been saved from certain death, but Trywell just laughs at the incident. Trywell, William's father, is a strong man who does not fear magic, even though he still tells the traditional magic stories. One of William's favorite magic stories tells of the Battle of Kasunga. A young princess of the Chiwa people is killed by a black rhino, so the chief of the Chiwa people contracts a magic hunter named Mwazwe Chipadu to kill the menace. Mas kills the rhino and is awarded a portion of the Chiwa lands as a prize. Yet the Ngoni people, fleeing war in the Zulu kingdom of South Africa, settle in the land that Maswi now rules. The Ngoni decide to eliminate the Chiwa so that they will no longer have to compete for resources. When Chief Maswe discovers this plot, he magically transforms his warriors into blades of grass and kills all the Ngoni warriors when they try to invade the Chiwa mountain. The mountain was renamed to commemorate this battle, and William explains that the mountain looms just past his village and the town of Kasunga. Trywell learned these magic stories from William's grandfather. Grandpa is old enough that he remembers Malawi before farming cleared the dense forest and wild animals became scarcer. When Grandpa was a boy, his grandmother was eaten by a lion, and the British authorities shot the lion so that it would not eat anyone else. Another story tells of Grandpa finding a man who had been killed by a snake bite. Grandpa took a witch doctor to the body, and the witch doctor brought the man back to life enough for the man to identify the snake who bit him. Trywell used to go hunting with Grandpa and followed a sacred ritual before each expedition. Grandpa acted as if the Midwini Chisuko, the owner of the hunter, who plans when and where the hunt will take place, and recruits other men to join the expedition. He was not allowed to sleep in the same room as his wife the night before the hunt so that he would be well rested and free from distractions. Grandpa would boil a mixture of red maize and roots, then pass it out to all the men in the hunt. The men also told their wives to stay indoors while the hunt took place so that the animals would stay asleep. As a boy, William did not worry about animals, but he was afraid of the Gulu, a secret gang of magical dancers, supposedly the spirits of the dead ancestors. The Gulu Wamkulu perform on stilts, and legend says that they look for boys to take back to graveyards after their dances. Everyone is afraid of the Wamkulu except for donkeys. William tries to be like a donkey, but he can't help but fear wizards who steal children to be soldiers in their witchcraft armies. Bewitched children trick more recruits into joining the army by feeding them human meat. Trywell tells William a story about how he stopped believing in magic in 1979. Trywell was riding in a truck to Lilongwe to sell dried fish. The truck suddenly flipped over and threw the men into the air and started rolling toward the men when they all landed. The truck stopped just before it would have crushed Trywell, though many other people died. After this experience, Trywell knew he had been saved by the power of God and that magic had no control over his life. William respects his father's disdain for magic, but he can't quite accept how a world without magic explains extraordinary men like Chuck Norris or Rambo. William and another boy who lives down the street talk about the amazing movies they see on the TV and wonder at how these things are possible. All the village boys play a game called USA versus Vietnam that copies the war reels of the Vietnam War using spit shooters for guns. The team playing America always gets to win because America has war magic. William's best friends are his cousin Jeffrey and Gilbert, the son of the chief of the Wimbe district. Gilbert's father is known simply as Chief Wimbe, though his name is Albert Moffat. William and Jeffrey love to go to Gilbert's house and watch all the people come to Chief Wimbe with requests and offerings. Chief Wimbe dresses like a businessman, not in feathers as the movie suggests. William, who goes to see Chief Wimbe, must get through his bodyguard, Mr. Naguada, first. On this particular day, William and Jeffrey find Gilbert singing along to the radio in his room. They use their secret slang to say hello, shortening the French bonjour to beau. The three boys decide to go to the Afisi Boozing Center and collect the empty cardboard beer cartons for toys and projects. William explains that children in Malawi entertain themselves much the same as children in America and Europe, just using different materials. William and his friends love trucks and build makeshift toys out of the beer cartons, especially a popular brand called Chibuku Shake that has a sturdy carton for making the body of a truck with beer bottle wheels. William and his friends find many ways to improve their trucks and personalize them to scratch the logos of well-known truck models designed into the wheels. As they get more ambitious, the boys even build wagons like American go-karts that can carry one person while another pulls a rope to make the car race down the street. The boys of Wimbe often race their go-karts to Mponga's barber shop. Through the frequent power outages, make it unlikely that anyone will get a full haircut in one sitting. They also go to Mr. Banda's convenience shop whenever they have a few spare coins to buy fried goat and chips, and they play in the bushes when they don't have money. In the evenings, the women of the village prepare supper while the boys play soccer in the fields. Sometimes farmers from nearby villages stop by in the evening to barter with William's father for produce or maize. When night fully falls, the children gather inside while Trywell lights a kerosene lamp and prepares to tell folk tales. One of William's favorite stories is about the leopard and the lion. In the story, two little girls come to the house of an old man and fall asleep. The old man tells Leopard and Lion that he has food for them and leads the animals back to his house. But the girls have already woken up and eaten the food, and there is only a note of thanks for the old man on the bed. The old man tells Lion and Leopard to wait in the garden as he knows they will eat him if he can't find another meal. The old man hides in a large gourd until Lion and Leopard are tired of waiting. The animals go into the house and see that there is no meal. They then see the old man's shirt sticking out of the gourd and drag the old man out. The old man tries to explain, but the leopard and lion eat him. The moral of the lion and leopard story is, always wish others well, as planning misfortune for others will come back to haunt you. Trywell is an excellent storyteller because he draws from experience of his own life that are magical enough to seem like stories.